Howdy y'all, and welcome back to the Quad Life. Well, in September I was doing a video nearly every day, and I received a question about what do I do in winter to stay warm, especially considering I go barefoot all the time. Well, we're at the end of October now, and like it or not, it's getting to be that time of year where it's colder. And we had it here in Iowa that it was in the 80s for a good week, or upper 70s, and it felt great. But then a few days later, the temp dropped. And now I'm getting ready to go out and get my hair cut. And it's about 50 degrees out, which isn't real bad, but this time of year that feels kind of chilly, and when we get to March or that time of year, 50 degrees is going to feel real warm again. But anyway, what do I do in order to stay warm? Well, first is that during the winter I don't go out very much. So from about Thanksgiving through, say, St. Patrick's Day or so, I pretty well stay inside as much as possible. I don't schedule any doctor's appointments or any speaking engagements, at least anything that I need to go to in person. So the only really outings I have are church and, well, haircut. And those depend on what the weather is. So if it's really cold out, like -10 with blowing and very low wind chills, I stay inside. But if I do go out, then what I make sure to do first is to stay out very little amount of time. So, like at my church, for instance, we can park fairly close to the door, and my congregation or church building has doors that automatically detect you and open. So, kind of like at a Walmart or a grocery store. So as soon as I am off the van lift, I can buzz on in myself and go on in. So I've timed it, and I may be outside for like a minute or something like that. So yeah, that minute isn't very comfortable, but thankfully it's a very short amount of time. And I make sure that I do layers. So, like right now, I'm wearing just this sweatshirt and jeans, and when it gets colder, I do a second t-shirt, or I've done 3 shirts even. It's pretty rare, but I have done it. And I also have insulated jeans, and those really help for really cold days. And even when I'm around the house here and I'm up in my chair and, say, in the other room around a bunch of people, and the heat might not be running very much, well, I still get cold in that situation as well. But usually if I do insulated pants, shirt and sweatshirt, I do pretty good. And then when I'm outside, I lay a coat over me to protect my front. And we'll do a stocking cap as well if it's really cold. And then for my hands, I do small stocking caps that just slide over them and are easy to get on and off. And then sometimes while I'm in the van going someplace, we will just put like a towel or blanket over my feet to keep them warm. But they do pretty good with jeans. My caregivers usually say that They feel warm depending on my caregiver. What they may say is varied depending on different opinions, shall we say. But something I like to do is that I will feel my arms against my face, and then I can see how they feel for temp. So that way I can kind of gauge on my own. But really that's about it. And if for some reason I had to go out and it's really cold, I do own one pair of minimalist shoes, or foot coffins as I call them, and I could do them if I really had to, but it would have to be a quite emergency situation for me to do that, because it's really important for me to stay barefoot, especially to be able to have muscle spasms somewhat under control. And as I've said before, also as the barefoot preacher, it helps with witnessing. So hopefully that answers some of the questions. And again, with winter coming up, stay safe and indoors. But that is all I have for this week. So bye for now.